Before we go and stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, I would like to have a moment of silence for one of our town residents who recently passed away, Mr. Carlton Whittingham. Wait a minute, because we got people coming in here. We doing a moment of silence, so come on in, y'all. Come on. How you doing?
Hi.
All right. All right, so again, we're gonna do a moment of silence for one of our longtime residents and former employee of the town of Fairmount Heights, Carlton Willingham. Thank you. All right, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. All right, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Mayor Stewart,
Present.
Vice Chairman St. John,
Present.
Councilmember Waiters,
Present.
Councilmember Oscar,
Excused.
Councilmember Downing.
Unexcused. All right. Council, let's review the agenda to see if there are any amendments that need to be made. I have two. I would like to, under unfinished business, remove Clear Fellowship Contract MOU and add the 20743 Coalition. I would also like to remove emergency management and add Councilwoman Sherry Downing. Does anybody else have any changes they would like to make to the agenda?
What are the numbers again, Madam Mayor?
A, remove Clear Fellowship Contract MOU and add 20743 Coalition.
Mm-hmm.
And remove E, emergency management, and add Councilwoman Sherry Downing. Any other changes anybody needs to make? I think that's it. Madam, okay. All right, I'll accept the motion to amend the agenda to add those two items to.
So moved, David.
Second? Second. All right. Agenda has been amended and approved. All right, approval of meeting minutes. Do you have the dates? Huh? Okay, all right. Presentation, is Marcus on the line?
Yes, good evening, Mayor and Council. I am on the line.
All right, you can go ahead with your presentation.
Thank you. I will begin sharing my screen.
Oh, while he's doing that, this is Marcus from the 20743 Coalition. He's gonna come and just discuss the renewal of the MOU.
Yes, thanks for the introduction, and I've just requested access to share.
You have access.
Thank you. Is everybody able to see my screen?
Yes, we are.
Awesome, thank you. So, thanks for allowing me to speak this evening about the renewal of the MOU. I want to say first, congratulations for a successful first year working together as part of the 20743 Coalition. My name is Marcus Robinson. I am with Listed DC, a co-convener of the 20743 Coalition. So just a quick recap of the things I wanted to talk about. I'll try to be short and sweet. I just want to, yesterday on the evening of Tuesday, March 17th, we had our 5th full convening of the 20743 Coalition, and we jointly reviewed the individual approved bylaws, reviewed our progress to date, looked at how municipalities voted on priority projects, and discussed how you might want to fund agreed upon projects that each municipality voted on. And at the end of the call, everyone in attendance not only agreed that we should renew, but everyone was open to the idea of renewing for multiple years pending council approval So the question tonight, the main question is how long we should renew for. And today I want to talk about the pros and cons of each of those. And the next full convening for the 20750 Coalition will be on Tuesday, July 14th at 6 p.m. So just a quick run through of what's been accomplished to date administratively, which we spent this first year building the infrastructure for how the coalition actually operates, and we came to alignment on what we want to implement going forward. And then we also discussed the projects in line with our focus areas, which is joint advocacy, storytelling, and placemaking that are already underway. And then we walked through the updates that each municipality approved as far as the bylaws go, which is how the 20750 Coalition will actually operate. Those changes just centered, transparency of coalition operations within each council, as well as transparency with broader stakeholders, and then defining more fully how the coalition carries out its work through subcommittees. After that, we discussed which projects were most popular as voted on by each municipality. A pool of about 14 projects was put forward. Each municipality voted, then we compiled those votes. And then we talked about the funding strategies and identifying where the gaps to fund exist. And then you can see the top 4 projects that were identified here, as well as just strategic reserve. With the coalition's funds from fiscal year 26 and 27, which amount to about $40,000 altogether. Lastly, we discussed next steps, which brings us to where we are now. The conversation ended yesterday with an agreement that each council would vote on renewal, duration, and once we all have, then the MOU would be renewed for the shortest possible, do the shortest duration approved by all 3 municipalities. So say 2 municipalities vote to extend it for 3 years, and 1 municipality vote to extend it for 1 year, then we would go with 1 year. But the goal today is to get us, try to get us beyond 1 year and try to make the case for that. So now I just want to talk about the pros and cons of renewal for each. You will see 3 options, one for 1 year, one for 3 years, and then one for an indefinite extension. So currently, the MOU requires every year, it expires every year in May by default, unless it's agreed upon through each municipal vote each year to renew. And now that we've laid the foundation of how the coalition and the JPC operates and identified what we want to do in funding gaps for implementation, we need to revisit, we thought it was best to revisit our renewal term. And so there are a lot of external partners who are super excited. As we saw with the large turnout for the public signing last year, excitement extends also past the county board into DC, as noted by Kyle Reeder last night, who now works with DemHed and has his eyes on the DC side. And this can be such a powerful coalition when looking at how long to renew for. So we should consider, what we want to signal to potential partners and funders. So here I just have outlined 3, potential options. One of a max of 1 year, the second for a max of 3 years, and the third is an indefinite extension. So the pros of 1 year is that it formalizes our relationship. However, the cons is that it signals to external stakeholders and to our municipalities themselves that there's not really any certainty in partnerships, so it's hard to attract any long-term investment and people willing to partner with us if it can fall apart after 1 year or potentially could not be renewed after another year. So it's difficult to plan long-term, how we identify the gaps in funding. To create long-term strategies, we need long-term commitment, and 1 year does not give us that, so that's where we are reassessing when it comes to implementation. The third con of a max of 1 year is that it is administrative inefficiency. We spend a lot of time on the actual renewal process. It took us about 3 to 4 months just to workshop, renewal, the bylaws, and all things like that, and then come to an agreement on how long to agree for, on how long to extend for. And it's also vulnerable to political ties. We want this thing to last beyond elections, something that has legacy. And a max of 1 year, it does not really lend itself to that. The next option here is a max of 3 years, which not only formalizes our relationship, but is a good show of certainty to ourselves and external stakeholders, is resistant to short-term political tides, and it allows for an extended planning horizons as we try to figure out how to fund these projects and get them implemented, and it spends a lot less time on renewal. The only con here that I would see is vulnerability to medium-term political tide. So if there's a 4-year election cycle, then it might be a little bit vulnerable to that. And the last option here that I will discuss is just an indefinite extension. And this would, the pros here are that it institutionalizes our relationship, beyond just short-term renewals. And it's a great show of certainty. It has long-term resistance to political tides. It allows for long-term planning horizons, and there's no time spent in the future on negotiating renewal. The only con here is that it could potentially allow for a lower sense of urgency, as there's no time pressure to get things done within a renewal deadline. So that concludes my presentation. I just wanted to open the floor to get the council's idea of if we do want to extend between these three options of 1 year, 3 years, or an indefinite extension with a clear roadmap to exiting if a municipality should want to, so none of us are locked into it. We just don't have to spend so much time renewing every year, every so often.
Thank you, Marcus. All right, so you've heard what Marcus said. If it pleases the council, can we go ahead and move that up and take the vote now so that he can hear it for himself, and then we can move the process along? So what are we thinking?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, so I think that we all, and I don't wanna speak for anybody, but I think that we all were in agreement of the 3 years. And one of the points that we'll be getting into and we've constantly been talking about is just the inconsistencies. Myself and Councilman Waiters, we've already been serving on the JPC, but just looking at the terms of, if we are unable to, being able to have somebody to pick that up, what does that look like? We don't want it to fall apart. It's still fairly new. We know 1 year is not enough. So I'm in vote for the 3 years as indefinitely, maybe too soon to say that's the way we want to go.
Okay, Councilwoman Williams? I also agree. So I'll accept a motion to sign the MOU with the 2074-3 Coalition for 3 years.
So moved, Waiters.
Can I get a second?
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, Marcus, you got our vote. We'll just send, once you hear from the other municipalities, you can send the MOU over and I'll sign it.
Great to hear. So thank you for allowing me to present today, and I'm excited for partnership and proud to call you all partners, for at least the next 3 years. So thank you.
Thank you.
And have a good evening.
You too.
You too.
All right, moving down the agenda. We don't have anything on the legislation. Reports, Police Department?
Hey, good evening, everyone. Mayor, council, good citizens. How y'all doing?
Good.
All right. What I have for you is the monthly public safety report for February 1st through February 28th, 2026. From the chief safety corner, I'll start out with that. How crime changes as the spring comes. Crime trends typically shift as spring arrives, transitioning from the lower activity levels of the winter to higher rates that peak in the summer. The warmer weather increased by the daylight and more time spent outdoors lead to a rise in particularly violent crimes, crimes of opportunity. So here's how crime changes as the spring comes based on historical research and trends. Rise in violent crime. As temperatures rise, so do interactions between people and public, leading to an increase in interpersonal conflicts, assaults, and violent crimes. Studies indicate a rise in violent crimes in the spring, reaching a maximum in the summer, often driven by increased social interaction and alcohol consumption. That spring fever aggression that we see, the temperature aggression theory suggests that warmer weather increases irritability and lowers inhibitions, causing a spike in violent crime, disorderly conduct, and public intoxication types of arrest. While many property crimes peak in the winter, spring sees a rise in specific types of theft as people spend more time outside. Your vehicle break-ins, for instance. Increased foot traffic at parks, beaches, recreational areas, they lead to more thefts from vehicles. Residential burglaries, as residents leave windows and doors open for air or leave homes vacant for spring break and travel, residential burglaries, they do rise. Your vandalism and graffiti, you have your school break-ins and warmer weather often leads to the spike in vandalism and trespassing, particularly among the teenagers and young adults. The impact of daylight savings time. The shift to daylight savings time in the spring has a direct documented impact on crime rates. So you get the reduced robbery. That extra hour of light in the evening reduces robberies by an average of 7% and up to 51% during the hours of sunset. As street crime is more difficult for offenders in broad daylight. So basically, nobody's gonna really try anything in broad daylight. The deterrence effect. The increased visibility makes it easier for potential victims and passerbys to see threats and identify criminals. So other spring trends, it's tax season coming up. So we see that tax season fraud. Spring brings a surge in identity theft and IRS-related scams. So for my seniors, I need you to watch out for these phone calls, these emails, these text messages, and things like that. Home improvement scams. Weather breaks, weather's good, people coming out, knocking on doors and stuff. Homeowners looking to repair or renovate after winter are often targeted by fraudulent contractors. And the thing I want to stress to you all for that is that when these people knock on your doors, if they call you or whatever, even if you set up an appointment with them, if you think they're a bona fide company, guess what? Ask for those licenses, ask for that insurance, ask for, hey, are you a certified plumber, are you a certified contractor, a roofer, i.e. whatever it is that you're trying to have done in your home. Cargo theft. Some people don't know what that is, you know. Outside the community, leading to more, though often less serious reported crimes. I'm gonna move on to your incidents for the month. We had a total. I'm not gonna go through all of them. If you scroll down, Madam Clerk, or up. So as you can just see through there, some of the types of incidents that we've had from your 911 disconnects, disorderlies, things of that nature. Move on down. From your domestics, family disputes, fights, fraud, gunshots, hold-up alarms. With a total of calls for the month of February were 102 calls. Out of those 102 calls, your wonderful Fairmount Heights police officers responded to 79 of those calls. The other calls that remain out of that 102, minus the 79, were responded to by Prince George's County Police to take those calls for service, whether we were on duty or at the jail or processing somebody, or things of that nature. And Madam Mayor, Council, that'll conclude my report for the month of February. Are there any questions?
Council, any questions? I love the tips. I didn't realize daylight savings had, in spring, had an effect on crime. Thank you, Chief. All right, thank you very much, sir.
No problem, ma'am.
Excuse me, are these questions open to the floor or just to the council?
Just to the council, we'll open it up to public comment at the end.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Pinckney? Code enforcement? How are you today, sir?
Fine, how are you? Good evening to the mayor, council, the residents, and the staff of Town of Fairmount Heights. This is my report, March the 18th. During this period, we've issued 7 civil citations totaling $15,000. We've issued 4 building permits totaling $1,363.40. We haven't issued any new business license for this period. We've issued 2 rental licenses totaling $125. During this period, we have received $200 for vacant building registration fees. We haven't received any vacant lot registration fees. We've issued one stop work order at 60160 on Eastern Avenue for a building permit was required. On Thursday, February the 19th, 2026, the Maryland Alcohol, Tobacco, and Cannabis Commission conducted an investigation into illegal selling of tobacco products at 5301 Sheriff Road, and that's the superfood and convenience store. The field enforcement agent stated that he would provide the officer with a final report, which he did, but it's not for public release yet. And Inspector Adams of DPI stated that his office was looking to whether the owner was violating the use and occupancy permit agreement. And he sent me a copy today, stated February the 19th, 2026, a use and occupancy permit inspection was conducted to verify compliance with permit. During this inspection, several property maintenance code violations were observed and documented. This permit was approved under the prior zoning ordinance. The tobacco sales area must comply with accessory use requirements, meaning that the tobacco area shall be less than 50% of the primary use associated with the food and beverage convenience store. Okay. And on March the 5th, the Abundant Life Church, located at 715 59th Avenue, was burglarized twice. On Tuesday, March the 10th, 2026, Mrs. Sarumi and I met with Miss Patricia Omondi of the Redevelopment Authority, Prince George's County, to discuss the development of the 4.4 acres owned by the town of Fairmount Heights. I was asked to determine how many vacant lot sizes, ownership, zoning, and how many lots, and how long the lots have been vacant. And I concluded that there's 36 vacant lots in the town, totaling approximately 234,631 square feet. I also was asked to determine how many county-owned lots we have in the town of Fairmount Heights, and there are 63 county-owned lots in the town, totaling 1,189,516 square feet. The property located at 725 61st Avenue was raised, meaning that it was torn down, because sometimes you say raised, that means you think you're building it up, but it was torn down. And it was at the direction of the District Court of Maryland for Prince George's County. Our office has received complaints concerning vehicular traffic in the alley behind 59th Avenue. I also noticed that trash and debris is being left in the alley. And for this period, we issued $15,000 in civil citations. We've collected for building permits and rental licenses, $1,859.10. That's the end of my report. Do you have any questions?
Does the council have any questions for Mr. Pinckney?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pinckney. Public Works, Mr. Prater.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Mayor, council. This is my report for the month of February. So at the end of February, we had a recall on our trash truck, and it was down a little longer than expected, for a total of like 2 weeks. So we had to use the smaller dump truck to collect trash, and it took a really long time. It took 2 days instead of the half a day that it usually takes. And that being said, I just want to apologize for the inconvenience to the community, and I just appreciate the time. I want to thank the community for their patience and understanding with the hold up. The Public Works team had an opportunity to attend the Chesapeake Bay Trust Tree Training Workshop, and Ms. Sarumi. This was a valuable experience where we gained knowledge on proper tree planting and care, basic tree identification techniques, correct planting practices for small trees in urban environments, pruning fundamentals, and general expectations for effective tree care management. And we learned a lot. We learned more than we thought we knew. It was a good workshop. So we had an increasing number of complaints. I think Mr. Pinckney just spoke on that, with vehicles being in the alley, on the Eastern Avenue side, the alleys that we did the asphalt milling and grading. They're dumping, They're hanging in the alleys, there's cars going through the alley. So we're working on putting gates on that side of the town from Eastern Avenue to Veteran Memorial. That's something we're working on now. We should have that up within, I'm gonna say within a month. So as the first day of spring approaches on March 20th, preparations are underway for the upcoming landscaping season. This includes placing orders for mulch and readying our landscaping equipment. I had a talk with our alley vendor, and he's going to start in April and begin the final phase, second and final phase of the asphalt milling, and that's 3 alleys left, and then we'll be done with the asphalt milling, and the alleys will be complete in the town. And that's it for my report.
Thank you, Ms. Cradle. I do have one question. So, seeing that we having an issue with the alleyways and people driving down them, are we gonna consider getting gates for the other alleyways, or is it just the one off of Eastern Avenue that seems to be the problem
It seems like only the ones off Eastern Avenue at this point.
at this point? Okay.
So we just ordered gates for those 2 alleys.
Okay, all right, and then we'll keep,
And the third one is not complete, so once it's complete, we'll put a
all
gate
right,
to
are we going to monitor those other ones just to make sure
Yes,
we don't have any illicit activity going on?
absolutely.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else have any questions? Go ahead, Councilwoman.
While she's getting those together. So, in regards to the fence, is it like a fence that's gonna have a lock on it, or is it just gonna be a tall fence where no one can climb over it? Or I'm wondering, can they like break?
It's pretty much like a barrier gate,
Okay.
so you'll still have pedestrian traffic, because they can just climb over it or under it, but it'll stop vehicles from driving through the alley. And that'll stop the dumping, that'll stop the cars driving through, doing whatever they do. You know, Eastern Avenue is, everybody know what that is, so that's the biggest concern. We don't really have a problem with people walking through, so we're just kinda trying to stop the vehicles and the illegal dumping.
And then is it possible to get like signs on the fencing that says like this area is being monitored or something like that? Can we do that?
Yes, we can. I can do that.
But there's a legality issue, because you can say it's being monitored and somebody gets assaulted back there and we're not monitoring it. So we might wanna look
Do
into,
that.
yeah, how we say that.
Gotcha.
Correct, Chief?
Yes, ma'am.
Councilwoman Williams?
No, I didn't
I
have.
thought you had a question.
No.
Okay, all right, thank you, Mr. Cradle. Town Manager, Ms. Arumi?
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening again, Mayor, Council. Good evening to all of our visitors, our guests, our citizens. Welcome to the town of Fairmount Heights. My report is for the period ending February 28th, 2026. Administratively, I want to announce, and this is falls in the police department, we still have job vacancies, and I know the chief and other police officers, they're actively recruiting and trying to identify police officers to fill the vacant positions, and thank you for that work. Also, administratively, the rewrite of the Town of Fairmount Heights Code of Ordinance. Ms. Walker, Ms. Russell, and I met with Dr. David Crumpton at the University of Maryland via Zoom on February 23rd. Mr. Crumpton informed us, and all of this has to do, for the most part, what is happening at the federal level. Mr. Crumpton informed us that the Institute for Government Services will be closed as of February 28th, 2026. That was a reliable resource that we relied on for updating and writing ordinances. His contract with the university will end on June 30th, 2026. Attorney Deloach stated that the current code of ordinance dated July 1988 is unenforceable. Mr. Crumpton forwarded requests to the State of Maryland Archives asking for copies of any resolution or ordinances that they may have on record. The state did not have any copies on file. Mr. Crumpton asked that I randomly sample a resolution to determine if the town had passed any ordinances, passed any resolution, actually, that should have been ordinances. To move forward, the town will have to contract the services of Dr. Crumpton, and I just said anything out of Ms. Walker with And, thank you, Ms. Walker. Economic Community Development, the Green Team. And now that we have more citizens in the room, I invite and encourage all of you to participate in the Green Team. The Green Team, it's a volunteer program, but it brings in a lot of resources and a lot of funding. So we usually meet the fourth Thursday of the month, but we did not meet in March at Town Hall, really due to the weather. So we will be having, Ms. Capers, I'm looking at you. So we will be having a Green Team meeting. I think it's on this Thursday, if you're available. But I'll call everybody. The Net Zero Housing Update. The Net Zero Housing and Pocket Park dedication was on February 27, 2026. It was a marvelous event. I want to thank the staff for an outstanding job, including Public Works, the Police Department, and the administrative staff. One family had gone to closing and had moved in. So it's great to go by and see her little porch all set up with her summer furniture, and it looks just really great. A second family scheduled to go to closing. When I wrote this report, that was this week. I think they're already gone. The mural is installed at the park, and I especially thank our local artist, Cedar Love, who designed and who coordinated all the details of the mural with the staff. What is not included in my report is that I think it was on the 11th, 10th or 11th, I attended the local government insurance trust insurance renewal. And I have to, Mayor and Council, I need to include the mural, to insure the mural. So I think I made a copy on the email that I sent to the Arts Council and others for information so we can include the mural. I want to thank Mr. Pinckney for raising the issue, the possibility of vandalism. So now if that is to occur, we're going to insure that mural. So thank you for reminding me of that. Again, through Sustainable Maryland, I'm a member of the Climate Stewards Academy. The university assigned a coach to guide me through to complete the project. The weather was a mitigating factor, of course, and therefore we have not scheduled our meeting for the month. This is a Sustainable Maryland reminder. The University of Maryland will fund a $5,000 stipend for a Bowie University graduate student. Again, relying on our partners such as Sustainable Maryland to assist us because I'm part-time, Mr. Pinckney's part-time. So they're going to provide us with a $5,000 stipend for a Bowie University student. And the student or the fellow will develop an environmental resource event. He would recommend policies, recommend new ordinances, and plan to study public engagement. And I sent to the Mayor and Council today, and I sent it to Mrs. Russell, so to make clear, the CCL, or the Chesapeake Conservation Landscape Council, is to provide training to Public Works and others on knowledge and care of trees. As Mr. Cradle said, we've already had that one session. It was valuable, and certainly would help us to improve the landscape of the town. Again, the training was held on March 2026. The cost was $3,000, and it was charged to Grant Award 25493. The town has drawn down $27,000 on the grant award. Now the second, and this is for clarification for the Mayor and Council. Now, the second contract, the $5,000 contract for the fellow, the Alliance for the Chesapeake Bay contract for service project named Chesapeake Leadership in Environmental Access and Resilience, or CLEAR, the CLEAR Fellowship. The Alliance for the Chesapeake Bay will pay the town a fixed amount of $5,000 upon the completion of the project. The project is scheduled date for completion is August 2026. And I stated in my email, just see the email chain below. And I'm always excited that we are able to partner with Sustainable Maryland and the Chesapeake Bay Trust at many levels. I attended also the Healthy Hub Initiative, that was on February 21st, 2026. I learned a lot about how to stay healthy, especially at my age, how to stay healthy, how to exercise, how to keep moving. I thought that was very good. And last, on February 2nd, 2026, the Prince George's County Human Rights Commission kicked off the Black History Month with a YouTube video of the history of Fairmount Heights and the African American Trail. I was pleased that I was asked to narrate the video, and I'm asking you to please visit the town website at www.fairmountheightsmd.gov to see the YouTube video. On February 25th, and I have to apologize because I apologize especially to the mayor and council, but on February 25th, we held a Black History Luncheon. It was just wonderful. I want to thank those in the room who attended. The guest speaker was Mrs. Casey Roy. She's a planner for Prince George's County Department of Planning, and Mr. Edwin Morris, a descendant of one of the families of the original settlers of the town. The event was well attended by citizens and by many partners. If you get a chance, go to YouTube and take a look at the video. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. I do have one question. Are we gonna do the seed exchange this year?
Yes, yeah. Hopefully, if we do have, hopefully we'll have if we have our green, I'm gonna combine our green team meeting and our economic community development meeting tomorrow. And so at that time, I will discuss our projects that are coming up for this year. Thank you for reminding me.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Roman. I'm sorry, Council, did you have any questions? Go ahead, Councilman Wade.
Kind of relative to what you just asked, but on a different note, the book box. The book box is, so I asked Ms. Mooney about, when I cleaned up and remodeled my office, I had a lot of books like those where I studied and graduated and just have done. And so I didn't want to get rid of these books. Actually, I did get rid of books, and I went to the thrift store and saw my own books on the shelf for sale. So I asked her about those books in the communities where you can just put them in the box and people that are interested would come and get them in exchange, put theirs in there. So we're recycling books of interest. And I don't know how much that would cost, so I presented to her.
I would look into the cost.
Yeah.
When I went to the legit training session last week in La Plata, lo and behold, when I walk in the town hall building, in the lobby, they have that library exchange, and it's really great. I think, Mayor Martin, you tried to start something with the importance of reading and books.
We did the Read Across Fairmount Heights.
Heights, right, yeah. So I think that's good, and thank you for reminding me of that.
Thank you. Mrs. Walker, our treasurer.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, citizens, and staff. My name is Susan Walker. For everyone who haven't met, I'm the treasurer, and I'll be reporting through the end of February. But before I start, I just want to make one clarification. Mr. Rumi, in your report, you said that we drew down the 27,000, and that's not accurate. But they gave us the 27,000. We still have the 3,000 that we're able to use. I wanted to make sure that everyone's clear that we have received the 27,000, and so now that 27,000 is to be used according to the guidelines for the grant. And then just a reminder, you mentioned the boxes. Former Councilmember Brianna White, that was one of the things that she wanted to do before she left. She had expressed a desire to. She was going to build one and donate it to the town, and then hopefully other people would be able to do the same. So that is something that certainly we can take a look at doing, because I think she left us some information on that. If not, we should be able to move that forward. But she did at least start that project, or express a desire to do that before she left. Thank you. Just want to add some clarification to that. All right. So let's get started. This is a summary of where we are, and I again will say we are continuing to do well. Our general revenue, as you can see, our budget is $730,000. We have spent $629,000. General revenue includes revenue received from our property taxes, building permits, which Mr. Pinckney reported on, operating properties, which includes the taxes that our businesses pay, their portion of the business properties they have in town, our business licenses and our registrations for vacant lots and vacant dwellings. And then next, our intergovernment transfers, that's money that we get from outside agencies, so our income taxes from the state of Maryland, our police aid, highway user, income taxes. I also remind everyone in the room that lives in Fairmount Heights and everyone on the line, and please remind your family that when you file your Maryland taxes, please make sure that the box says Fairmount Heights. 20743 is shared by 3 municipalities. It may default. Your tax advisor may tell you they can't change it. That is not true. Please refuse to sign your taxes, or please, once you get them back, if you have to white it out, if you have to do something, please put down Fairmount Heights, because if you do not, that revenue will go to a different municipality. I can give you an example of that with our copier. I've had to fight with the copy company because when they did it, it defaulted to Capitol Heights. They always want to charge us the Capitol Heights rate. I'm like, no, we're not Capitol Heights. So please, I beg you, please make sure your taxes say Fairmount Heights. I'm not going to give you tax advice, but if your previous years didn't say Fairmount Heights, you can file amendments, but it's not for me to give tax advice. Other revenue. Other revenue is revenue received from our bulk trash pickup, our commercial trash pickup, building hall rentals, franchise fees, which we get that from Verizon and cable, Verizon and Comcast. And then also, when Mr. Peyton talked about the code violations, we get revenue from that. So you can see we have received $31,000 for that. And then our police department revenue that we receive from police department reports, impounds, training, as well as our stop sign camera program, which unfortunately we have had a lot of violations. Chief, I think next month we should report on whether we're seeing any improvements in behavior
Yes, ma'am.
with drivers. Maybe we should take a look at that, because that's the whole purpose of the program, especially.
I just looked at it this morning. You might not like it. I'm not seeing much improvement, but okay, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
That thing is,
And
it's killing everybody, I know.
And especially, but we really have to remember the whole purpose.
Just don't go down that street. That's right.
Please, everyone, let Susan finish her report.
The whole purpose of this is that we want our town to be safer.
Exactly.
So we all have to stop completely. You cannot roll through, and we want everyone that's coming through our town to stop, because we do not want to be like our neighbors who lost a child last year because someone went flying down the street, hit the young boy, and kept on going. So we really want to make sure that we're changing behavior in the town of Fairmount Heights. So it's not meant to run our police department off of violations. It is meant to be safe. In addition to that, I will add that now that the weather has broken, we will be going into phase 2 of the speed humps, because again, we need Fairmount Heights to be safe. So that is the next phase that we'll be going into with our speed humps, will be phase 2. Alrighty, under expenditures, we budgeted in administration for $239,000. We have spent almost $168,000. Administration includes wages for my department, Ms. Sarumi's department, as well as the town administrator. It also includes our professional fees for our payroll company, our legal services, our IT support. It also includes our insurance. So our workers' comp insurance, our auto insurance, that's under administration. Election, we do have an election this year. However, thus far, we have not had any expenses for our election. That's coming up, and so you probably see that towards the end of April. We'll probably have some expenses for election. So we will have election this year. Legislative, that includes our mayor and council. So this is where we cover the expenses for MML. This is where we cover the mayor and council stipends, as well as the programs that we do in the community. So our most active community program has been our community service program. And that's where we pull the budget for our Harvest Fest, our tree lighting ceremony, our backpack program. That's one of the areas that we pull the money from to do those events. Then we have municipal. That includes this building as well as upkeep of the town. So all of our utilities, our repairs, our telephone, our cable TV station, that's all covered under municipal. So we budgeted $49,000. We've already spent $43,000. We only have a couple more months to go, so we're gonna be working really hard to stay within that budget between now and the end of the year. Public safety, I can't say enough about our police department, and so nice to see the changes that we have with the new staff that we have in place. Our police department is growing. $375,000 budgeted for that. We spent $158,000, and we know that as we grow that department, we're going to have to increase our budget for that department. Public Works, same thing. I think the residents have seen the evidence of the work being done by Public Works. We budgeted $422,000, and we've spent $365,000. So we have a net income as of the end of February of $139,000. I will make a couple comments about the alleys. We talked about doing what we've done, which is we talked about milling the alleys and making them passable. And so now we're at the next phase, which Mr. Cradle talked about, securing the alleys to ensure that we don't have nefarious activities going on, we don't have cars running through the alleys. And after that, in addition to that, we've talked about how do we beautify the alleys, how do we make them part of the town. They're not just areas behind your house, they're meant to be part of the town. And so that's gonna take some input. So I invite the citizens, along with the mayor and council, for all of us to sit down and talk about how do we do that. Ms. Sarumi years ago had a proposal for one alley, and it was called Pittman Alley. And so that was a really nice plan that she put in place, and we weren't able to get that funded, but we can certainly go back to that. Think about what's behind your house, or think about what's behind your neighbor's house, and how do we make this an area that is safe, an area that usable in the right way. Because we have to maintain these, and so every year I'm gonna come before you and talk about what the Public Works Department what their needs are. And part of the needs are every area we claim, we have to maintain. So citizens, please consider coming out and being a part, giving us your thoughts on how we can use these alleys and make them a cohesive part of the neighborhood. The community. And the last thing I wanna say, we are entering the budget season. Mayor and council are working hard to put together their plans for 2027. They are putting together their plans for the calendar. So you'll be seeing on the website a comprehensive calendar for what's gonna happen in the town in fiscal year 2027. Citizens, we're asking you, citizens in the room, citizens online, we're asking you to be a part. We want you to come out. Don't just come to the budget hearing. Come to these meetings, come to the work session, be a part. Let the mayor and council hear what you would like to see in the community. We have a very hard-working mayor and council. You're not gonna always agree with us. We're not gonna always agree with you, but there is always a middle ground. And if we all work together, we will continue to be able to grow. There's some wonderful things happening in Fairmount Heights, and now is the time that we're doing that planning. And so we want to hear from you so that when you see the budget, you feel like you have a part and you were a part of developing that budget. So please come out, let us know what you want to see happening in your town, and please come out and be a part of some of the programs that we have. We have a program for our seniors. If you don't know about that program, please make sure you get in touch with Councilmember Waiters. We have programs for our youth. Please make sure you get in touch with Councilmember St. John for our programs for our youth. And just check our website for what we have coming up. The last thing I will say, the solar program that you will see on the website is for Capitol Heights and Fairmount Heights. As residents of the town of Fairmount Heights, we are in an area where you can take advantage of a free solar program. Chief talked about, and the reason I'm bringing this up, Chief talked about being safe. Last year we offered an opportunity for residents. If you wanted to have solar panels put on your house, but you were maybe hesitant to have someone come to your house, we offered to have the vendor come here. And so we're gonna continue to offer that. If you want to have solar panels put on your home, but you are nervous to have someone come, contact us. We'll put you in contact with the vendor, or you can contact the vendor yourself and arrange for them to come here. But look at the program, don't lose out on the opportunity, because the program is not indefinite. It's going to end, and it's based upon our proximity to the District of Columbia. So please make sure you take a look at the program. I think it's called Solar City, City Renewables is the name of the company. The contact person's name is Michael Bocane. His information is listed. Again, if you have any hesitancy, please don't feel bad about giving us a call, and we will arrange to have, meetings here so that the citizens can take advantage of it. And that's it for me.
Thank you. Does anybody have any questions for the treasurer?
Yes.
Related to the treasury report?
I do have a question and comment.
Councilwoman St. John?
My first question, Susan, for this, and just probably for, to make it a little bit easier on residents, do we think we could potentially call them to get them to do a presentation where they can have people sign up on site if they'd like to?
They actually wanted to come out, and I asked them, I told them they couldn't come tonight because I hadn't asked for permission. They did come to National Night Out. I will ask them to come back and do a presentation, but then to also set up times that they can be here.
Yeah, and maybe we can do like once we find out when they can come, do like maybe 30 days in advance to give people the chance to know, so they won't just find out when the agenda comes out.
Okay.
And then comment, because I don't want to forget, for our budgeting report, I did try to edit it. It was still locked. I couldn't do it. I sent you an email, so you probably didn't see it. So I'm telling you now, I need to unlock so I can have it ready for work session.
All righty. Okay. I'll make sure you have it. I don't know why it's locked, but I'll make sure you have it.
Yeah, no editing permissions.
Really?
Yeah, so you just gotta go in and say I can only view it, I can't make the changes.
Okay. I'll make sure we fix that.
Thank you.
All righty.
Ms. Walker. All right, so we're moving down the agenda to mayor and council reports. I will start off. I'm just gonna paraphrase my report for February 1st through March 18th. I participated in the ribbon cutting ceremony. I was honored to be present at the ribbon cutting ceremony for the Net Zero homes. This was more than just a celebration of new homes. It was a platform to showcase our community's forward momentum. The event was attended by several elected officials and key department heads from the county government. This was a prime opportunity for us to demonstrate that our town is not just planning, we're actively building. It highlighted the project. It showed that we're ready for investment and serious about sustainable growth. And I would also, and I forgot when I did my speech, but I would like to thank my staff, the former mayor and council, for all the hard work that they put into this project to see it come to fruition. So thank you, thank you, thank you. It is a very good look for the town. I attended the Mayor's Winter Conference in early March. It was all the local mayors in the state of Maryland was there. I had the opportunity to meet with our state delegates to talk about some bill bonding funding. I asked for money to purchase property within the town. I highly doubt I'll get that amount I requested, but I did ask. You know what they say, closed mouths don't get fed. I did ask. But whatever money they send us, we'll find a worthy project. We also talked about next steps in the town. We're gonna schedule a meeting with department heads in county and state so that we can figure out what is the next step for the town of Fairmount Heights as far as economic development and business growth. I also attended the Healthy Hub event sponsored by Zion Church. You were there, right?
I was there.
Yeah, it was a very good event. They cooked us some really outstanding food. Of course, St. John didn't eat much of it, but it was very nice. They did a health presentation from a doctor. They did a workout session from a personal trainer. They gave us little, what's those, the bands? It was a very nice, and then they also gave us bags filled with all the stuff they cooked with the exception of the perishable items. All the seasonings, they gave us a jump rope, they gave us some informational stuff. So, as Susan said, I encourage people with our community to come to these events because there is always some good information being given out. And you walk away with some door prizes and some goodies. So please, if you see an event, check out social media, please come. I also, went to the 2073 Coalition meeting, and as you heard Marcus, we discussed all those things, and now we have approved the MOU. And I think that is all I've done. It's been the weather has really slowed us down for the month of March, but we are making progress, so just hang on in there. We are trying to do right by this town. All right, Councilwoman Cynthia, closing thoughts? Oh, okay, she wants me to read my closing thoughts. This month was about planting seeds for our future, whether it was showcasing our progress at the Net Zero ceremony, seeking capital in Annapolis, or planning regionally with the coalition. Every conversation was aimed at working for our town. I remain committed to transparent leadership and working tirelessly. I'm sorry, I am tired tonight. To secure a prosperous future for all of our residents. Respectfully submitted, Mayor Stewart. Okay. Councilwoman St. John, your report.
Alrighty. Oh, no, here we go. All right, good evening, residents, everyone online, mayor and council and staff. This is my report for the last 30 days or since our last meeting. So not to be redundant, I'll skip over some, but I did attend our Community Health Partnership activity on February the 21st. What I will mention that the mayor didn't mention is that that was in this very building. So our Healthy Hub was held and hosted in the lower level of our town hall. This was also in partnership with our county council member, Shayla Adams Stafford, as well as Zion Church. So she did make a small appearance, but she wasn't feeling well, so she had to leave. But she did engage for a little bit. So as she already mentioned, it was centered on expanding community health access. We had lots of wellness opportunities, so there were people checking our blood sugar levels, our blood pressure. There was a chef that was teaching healthy cooking. We had a gentleman just speaking on like health gut from his experience and learnings, showing us what to eat, how to make things and eat things in different ways. And as she mentioned, there was an instructor doing workout. Her name was Jalea, and she actually is a Black-owned, she owns her own gym. So very, very interesting networking and speaking with her. Second thing I did was start working on a partnership. So I've connected with Jalea. Again, she's a Black-owned gym operator. And that's to explore community fitness partnerships. So look forward to in our town meeting. And for Susan, some budgeting info in regards to the type of programs that she can offer. We are exploring things in many different lengths of what we can do physically here. She also has a water aerobics class, so what could that look like for our residents as far as transportation? So really trying to go big or go home here with trying to lift this partnership off the ground, so hopefully we can afford it. But the goal basically is to develop a program that we can have for our seniors, our regular residents, and then as well as our youth. So a formal proposal, as I mentioned, will be coming out next month. And then third thing, so in addition to we had our JPC meeting, which was just between our main lead point of contacts, which was last Thursday. Councilwoman Waiters attended as well. And overall, it was basically to get all the fine points to have the meeting that we just had last Tuesday, which was our joint coalition meeting where we invite everyone outside of the JPC, all mayor, council members, any staff are welcome to attend and ask questions. That's something that we do quarterly. So in these monthly meetings. We're getting all the information, we're sending out meeting notes, and then for anyone who doesn't want to read the notes or not sure what's going on, we'll bring everybody together quarterly to discuss those same things and meet on any fine points. So that, again, was centered around activations for any priorities that we wanted to do as we plan to extend the MOU, and that renewal date as communicated. I think Marcus did say we need to have that MOU renewal by May the 17th. That's when it will go into, that's when it will go into effect for the next year. And then overall, upcoming initiative and planning, exploring opportunities to host something for Easter spring break for our youth. So sadly to report, most everyone knows here except for our public, that it was too late to get something kicked off with our Fairmount Heights Lodge partners. Time and just the way we wanted to do things wouldn't really work out. So we'd still like to do something on a small scale. Kids are going to be out of school. They're going to need things to do. So we'd like to bring them out to the town hall. So we should be able to get that off the ground next week and figure out what that'll look like so we can have something for them to do at the least. Come out, get some popcorn, snow cones, and find a couple Easter eggs. And that will conclude my report.
Thank you, Councilwoman St. John. And I am looking forward to seeing Chief in the Easter Bunny costume.
She said chief. She said
You heard. All right, Councilwoman Waiters.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I don't have a written report this time, but because we have kind of sort of overlapped in our appearances everywhere, and it would be a duplication of on a third time to reiterate where we have been, but I have attended whether Councilman St. John was here or not. Annapolis, our day, District 24 day, is the 30th of the month, from 6 to 8. So this is where we would go up. District 24 is our legislative district under leadership of Senator Joanne Benson and other delegates, but this would be our night with the other municipalities and other areas in District 24 with our leadership. That's night in Annapolis. On Saturday, Madam Mayor, from the meeting last night, I think you said that you would attend. I don't know whether you will or not, but I will. Congressman Ivy's meeting.
What day is it?
Saturday.
I have a funeral, so I told him in the chat I would not be able to.
That's from 9 to I think 12. So I'll be there in the morning and stay as long as I can. But then Fairmount Heights has a community event. Actually, it's not Fairmount Heights Alumni Association's event. It's CDA's Recreation's event. It's a community resource event. But the Alumni Association has been invited to share information. So basically, it's a place to come and get a lot of information, not just from Alumni Association, but for resources for seniors and other things too. And I think that concludes, other than the book box, my report. I do want to say also, going back to what Chief said and what Ms. Walker was talking about in terms of the solar panels, basically just vendors, period. And I want to speak to this concerning seniors. I don't answer my door after a certain time. If I don't know you're coming and you don't send me a text, I don't answer my door. But it is alarming because sometimes they come like 7:30. Now it's light, but before it would be dark when they come, and it's kind of sort of alarming. I don't answer my door, but sometimes people will answer the door. One thing before I forget, that's that. April's coming. Miss
Graves Day, yes. What is it, April?
Miss Graves passed away.
No.
When?
She did, yeah. I was gonna make that, I'm about to make a report.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, she passed.
Mhm.
No.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I am so sorry, I didn't
We
know.
didn't know. Okay, if you don't mind, can you, since you've already, can you come up and just mention the Miss Graves
I'm so
part?
sorry, I
Mayor?
did not know.
Oh, yes.
Come on up. Just to talk about Miss Graves since we.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
Okay. Well, good evening to everyone.
Good evening.
I still have a couple of other things I want to talk about
Just
too,
the Miss
during
Graves.
comment. I'm talking about Miss Graves right now.
Okay.
Mrs. Graves passed away, it's been 3 days ago. She was in a rehab facility right out here across from Jericho. I think the name of it is Futuristic or something like that. Right down Hospital Drive. And she had been there for about a week, maybe a week and a half. And, we got the word that she passed away. They haven't made any arrangements yet, but they said as soon as they get the arrangements, they will notify everyone. They came up and knocked on the door. So, what they said is that they would like to have a proclamation from the town naturally, you know. And Mrs. Graves was 104 years old. So, yeah. Her birthday is coming up. Her birthday would have been the 26th, well, it's still the 26th of April.
Right.
Yeah.
We honored her with Miss Graves Day.
Yes,
That's what
yes.
she was bringing up.
Uh-huh.
So you said, how old was she? She turned 100 and?
She was 104, but she'll be
She would've been
105. She would have been 105, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mayor.
Yeah, so
Thank
that
you
was
for
one of my
that.
things I wanted to bring up, so, okay.
We're still gonna honor her on the
Yeah.
26th.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mayor, I would like to make a comment about Miss Graves. I really want to thank God that Miss Graves is featured in our mural.
Yes, that was so good.
Yeah.
She's in that
So
mirror.
she'll be there
Yeah.
forever.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so let's move down the agenda. Under unfinished business, we've already covered line item A. B is the MML conference. Pretty much, all 4 council members have, said they wanted to go, and 2 staff members. We are taking advantage of the early bird special, so hopefully we will, be able to see what classes they have to offer later on down the line. Line item C, or letter C, the town logo. So we have been talking about our town logo, doing some upgrades to it. And Susan, you did send me with the stuff, and let me see if I can pull it up. But Madam Clerk, can you pull that up? So we've been, Madam Clerk has been working on trying to design a new town logo for us. Just give me a minute to pull it up. And we would like some feedback on this, so.
I like that, yeah. That looks very distinguished.
I like this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little different shape.
Oh, yeah, they,
I like that.
you know, they talking about them
So what about
changing.
former council members, gave us a breakdown of what the symbol was. Of course, you see the Maryland flag in the background.
Mm-hmm.
The tree is that the tree of life? The tree of life.
The tree of life, okay.
The broken chains, and hold on, I'm trying to get to it in here. The broken chain symbolizes African Americans, the opportunity of African Americans to own property, and the opportunity for self-determination. So that's what the broken chains represent. And then, of course, that's our monument down on Veterans Parkway. How do you guys?
I like it.
We're not all African
I like that.
Americans. We're not all African Americans. Now, that's kind of unfair.
We're not,
We're not all African Americans.
no, but
That's
we
kinda
have that
unfair.
designation as the African American community. It was founded, it's
We
changing,
know
but
that, but it
but
should
it
be
was
something,
founded-
maybe they could put half of it that and half of it, I don't know.
oh, I don't know,
I
that
don't know.
looks beautiful. I
That
don't
is
know.
pretty, but I'm
That's
just saying,
nice.
it's not all African.
All right, was there another one, Madam Clerk? So that was one, she did 3. We're gonna do let's do a contest and see what people vote on.
Yeah. Good
You
idea.
got a poll?
Good idea.
You got a poll on? We'll put a poll on the website and you guys can vote on which one you like.
I don't think it's fair.
So, okay.
Not that
Those are
one.
the people that are gonna invest in this town. Everybody's not African.
And I'd like to thank Ms.
This one or
Russell
the other one? The other
and
one,
the
other
chief
one.
for their input.
And I start like that, but
I'm
All right, so
sorry.
it is not public comment. What I need for everyone to do is to respect the orders, the Robert's Rules of Order. Please maintain silence during the meeting until public period has come about. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna put just those two up on the website and put a poll out and see what people, so just, give us a couple of days and come back Monday and we'll have the poll up. Please vote on which one you like, and we'll put the narrative up behind what each of the symbols means.
How long will we leave
Where will the
voting?
other two be? Where will the other?
It will be on the website.
How long will we be voting on?
We'll leave 2 weeks. 2 weeks, sound good? Give people opportunity to look at it, ponder on it, and vote on it. All right, thank you, Madam Clerk.
I need to go to the.
We're gonna talk about the building alarm and lock field and the building.
No, we're not.
All right.
No.
I'm just gonna go past that one. All right, and then the last agenda item is, Councilwoman Sherry Downing. Can you pull up the letter? So, it was, a resident mentioned in a meeting some time ago that they noticed that Councilwoman Sherry Downing has not been attending meetings. The way our charter reads is you can miss 3 consecutive meetings, but in order to, have her off of the council, the resident would have to walk a petition to get 20% of the citizens to sign it. That's what it currently says. If you came to the meeting earlier, you would have heard that we amended the charter to kind of fix that. So this letter, at the advice of the attorney, this letter was sent to Councilwoman Downey. It was a letter basically saying she missed all of those meetings and that, we need a response from her to sign an affidavit to confirm that she still lives in the town. We sent one letter by regular mail, one letter by certified mail. We gave her until, what was the date?
That should be on February 27th.
February 27th to respond. As of today, we still have not received anything. You can scroll down to you have the affidavit? So basically, the affidavit was for her to get notarized, to swear on the affidavit that she still resides in the town. She did none of the things requested by the letter. Right? Other pending factors was, during the snowstorm, her residence was not shoveled. She, has not, no trash collection has been done. No trash has been out, no trash has been collected, correct? No one has seen her in the town riding around for months. Because she's technically still on the council, she is receiving emails because Ms. Russell puts read receipts on them, so she is still reading them, but she is not responding to anything. So at the advice of the attorney, we need to move that based off of no response from the letter, not attending several meetings, no trash collection, no one's seen her in months, no snow removal, that based on the information that we received, that Councilwoman Sherry Downey no longer resides in the town. A motion needs to be created by the council, and I'm reading this, so I'll make sure I get it right, to determine that Councilwoman Downey no longer resides in the town of Fairmount Heights in accordance with the charter.
Can a motion made?
Yes. And then we're gonna vote to agree, based off of the information you've received here, whether you agree she lives here or don't live here.
Okay.
Okay? So I'll accept that motion.
I have a question.
Yes.
Before you see it.
Not also that she has been catered. I know the other part of us moving it, but we're not saying that, we're only saying that she no longer resides in the town.
And then that disqualifies her
Okay.
from the council.
Okay,
Yeah.
Right.
all right, so move same thing.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All right, and we're seconding, so we're confirming that Sherry Downing, based off of no response to the letter, no snow removal, no trash collection, no one's seen her in months. She hasn't attended any meetings since, what was the date on that? November? It is safe to say she no longer lives in the town. Correct?
Yes, correct.
All right. All right, so the next step will be, based off of her not qualifying to be a council member, she will be removed, based off of residency, she's removed from the council. So now we will have a vacant council seat.
That's it.
All right, that's it. Anybody have any questions about that?
At this point, can we make a statement about that? Or
Um,
add a comment, or you just going, just for the council?
Yeah, just for the council.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so that was the last agenda item. We don't have anything under new business, now we under public comment.
So you can come.
Right,
Okay.
let me start online, and then I'll come in here, okay? Is there anybody online that has a public comment?
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, state your name,
Can you hear
please.
me? Hi, this is Teresa Glover, resident at 909 60th Avenue. Good evening, how is everyone today?
Doing great.
Great, I just have two questions. Is it possible, to get a copy of the amendment that was discussed at the 6 o'clock meeting?
So Ms. Glover, this is public comment,
Mm-hmm.
but if you can reach out to Mrs. Russell, she'll make sure you get a copy, but this is public comment.
Okay, Ms. Russell, okay. And then the next question that I have is, what is the policy to request a meeting with the mayor? What is your policy on that?
Just shoot me an email. My email
Thank
address
you,
is
that's-
online.
Okay, thank you, that's all I have.
Is there anybody else online that has a comment, not a question? Just giving them a minute to cut the mute off. Okay, so Ms. Renee, you were here first. Would you like to come up for your public comment? How are you this evening?
I'm fine, thank
Oh, I forgot to remind everybody, you only get 3 minutes.
3 minutes, so I gotta
Yes.
go real quick, okay. I wanna discuss the camera lights. I mean, we have a camera up now, of course, everybody getting tickets. Okay, I wanna know, can we put flashing lights around the stop signs? Cause I know there's some flashing lights on some stop signs up here in the community. And on both sides of the street, it's 2 stop signs. The speed bumps, I understand the speed bumps are gonna be in, I think, around in the spring, you mentioned. Okay, we're looking forward to that on 57th Place. The other thing is the vacant lot. I think we had discussed a little bit about that when I came in here on Cobb Street. It's a concern, it's such a sore eye, it looks really bad. And I think you had mentioned that you could not find the,
We're talking about the lots where the vehicles are parked. We can't get in contact with the owner.
Okay. So, until we can find the owner or try to do something about it, it would be good if we could at least, get it boarded up and have some some artists or something come and just kinda do something to make it just look a little bit better, cause it just looks really bad.
Okay.
It's a huge area. Let's see, what else? My concern is that Chinese restaurant down on the corner where you enter off, I think that's J Street, is that correct? I think that's off of Eastern Avenue. It's a Chinese restaurant that's closing up. It's closed up, I think, and then there's like another area next to it. Francisco, help me out. Where is that?
I think you pretty much know, Mr.
That's 5301 Sheriff Road on the corner of Sheriff and Addison, Easton.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a Chinese?
That's not Chinese, that's a convenience store.
What is
Yeah.
convenience?
24 hours.
Convenience store? No.
I mean, for a lot of you that been here for years, it used to be a Chinese carrier in Atlanta.
That's what I put in my report, that the Tobacco and Cannabis Association, they came in and they did an investigation, I forgot. And they took out like 5 boxes of illegal cigarettes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
I think
there's,
they're moving across the street at 10:01 Eastern.
I just wanna remind y'all that she does get 3 minutes for her comments,
yeah,
so
they
I
took
don't want
up
her to
mine.
lose
They
her
took up
time. But you can talk to them offline. Ms. Renee.
Okay, all right, okay, and there's a area next to it. There's like a area next to it, it's just a lot of, it's another property
The market.
that's there. So I'm just wondering, is something gonna be done, any development or anything?
So I'm not sure about the property, are you talking about on the Eastern Avenue side?
Yeah.
Not sure about that property.
Next to the store,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
It
not
used to
sure
be
about
there.
that, but we are looking into a lot of, economic development within the
Okay.
town.
And the broken sign, the old sign where it says Fairmount Heights coming into that area,
Mhm.
right off there, which is good. The last thing is the police department. I'm glad that, something is now being done. I would like to see more police presence, you know, in the area. I mean, just coming through the neighborhood helps a whole lot. And that makes a big difference. I used to live in Greenbelt, and I know a little bit about it, and I'm gonna tell you, that police presence helps a lot. And not just waiting for somebody to call and say, somebody broke into my house, or somebody's been looking around, so. Anyway, that's what I I have,
Miss, I'm sorry.
I
your
know,
3
well,
minutes.
somebody, Francisco, you gotta do
Hold on.
this, okay?
Miss Renee, get with the chief so he can talk to you about your concerns, okay?
Okay, that's
So he can
fine.
follow up with you.
Okay, we have some neighbors that wanted to ask 2 questions.
All right, so the next person was here, Ms. Stevens, right? You were next. Do you have any comments? Public comment?
Not really.
You don't? Okay.
I just have a few.
Stevens, right? Come on now. It's about for you, right next to me.
Just comment that I would like to see more development, just to Renee just mentioned. And also, I'd like to see more police presence, and thank God we have a police chief now. And I'd like to just say, regarding the crime going on down there by Eastern Avenue, just thank you for being present in that area, and I'm trying to think. Well, that's about it. I don't have a whole lot. I've already voiced it to several people, most of my concerns, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So I would like to say that, I'd like to see something that's more multicultural, and, because I understand that we started it as an African-American, you know, that was the gist of it, but now, you know, it's kind of unfair for other people coming in that are not of African-American descent, be it they're Indian or Caucasian or Hispanic. I would like to see that, that the logo shows something. I mean, it could show part of the chain, but also something else to show so that it's not, so where it leaves other people feeling left out of the community.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll put that into consideration.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to come up for public comment? Okay,
Yes.
come on, Mayor, former Mayor Mark. Mayor for life.
Hey. All right. Yes, I wanted to, the main reason I actually came to the meeting tonight is to give my support for the 2 amendments, the charter amendments. You know, the notice came out about those, and that's what brought my attention to it. I said I need to run up here tonight. But those 2 things are definitely needed. I think our council has, at some point, this is a good time to sort of reduce the size of it, because we look at the other communities, municipalities, and they operate well when they have a certain amount of dedicated people. You know, it takes dedication no matter what, because by the time you run to all these meetings and do all the things that's involved with it. So if you have a dedicated amount and you have a number like a 5, I think it's absolutely wonderful. So I was all for that charter amendment and the second one, because something needs to be done about people that just don't take it seriously. If you don't want it, just walk away, but, you know, not leaving everyone hanging. And I won't even comment concerning the decision, the way I figured you had consulted the attorney concerning the usage of a reason. I didn't know whether residency would be a primary reason,
It is,
or will
because
be
that's one
because.
of the disqualifying, qualifications for being on the council. You have to live in the town.
Yes.
She currently does not.
Okay, and I understand that part too, but I didn't know whether it was any part in there about fulfilling your duties, because that to me is one of the main things. You cannot fulfill your duties if you're not here and you're not compliant. So I think that's very important. So I was in agreement with both of those. Now, have those been passed, or are they up just for reading?
So we did our first hearing today.
Okay.
The next step is, what, Ms. Russell?
Has to be publicized in the newspaper for 4 weeks.
Yes.
You have to
After we
publicize-
pass it.
It has to be publicized in the paper for
Yeah.
4 weeks. We have to post it here in the town as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fair summary that has to be publicized.
Yes.
We're gonna have a second meeting where you actually pass it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yes, I am definitely in support of both of those.
Thank you.
Yes. And the last item that I have here is the details about the stop sign requirements. And Chief, that's for you. Now, we talked already about the stop signs, because you know, I had a ticket, JD got 2, people all around that circle and all everywhere got ticket. Okay, we realize, but you know, we are not trying to balance it on our backs. Like you said, we want to be safe.
This is true.
But we need to know the regulations as to what time these tickets are, you know, you can get a ticket. Like the lady was saying here, let's put some lights, let it flash. So people know they're coming to a stop sign, to a ticketed stop sign. Because the ticket that I got was during the snow. And you know, I called everywhere, I called Upper Marlboro, but I didn't have the time to mess with them. So I just went on and paid it. But I'm just, you know, seeing how I feel about it. You know, that was just one ticket that I got. But see, I put myself in a position where I don't have to keep getting tickets. But see, everybody can't do that.
I understand.
You know, so that's something that has my time run out? So that's something I wanted to bring to your attention,
But you
Chief,
can
you
talk
know.
to the chief offline about that.
I understand, he understands too, because I talked to him about when I first got it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
okay,
Thank you.
all right, okay, yeah. Okay,
Is
so
there
that's the way
anybody
it
else
goes.
going up there?
We got- You see what I'm saying? That's right, oh
How's
yeah.
everybody doing?
State your name and the street you live on.
I'm Hugh
I'm
Hill,
gonna give you this, Ms. Davis.
and I just acquired a piece of property on 5613 Day Street.
Could you repeat your name? I didn't hear your
To the
name.
community.
Yule, Y-U-L, last name Hill. Used to live in Fairmount Heights years ago, area code 20743. I'm happy to be back. I know Miss Patricia when she was mayor.
Mr. Hill?
Brother Pinckney, yes. I just wanted to say, if anything, I work for Metro. I'm about to retire. I'm a locksmith.
39.
I'm a locksmith with them, and my service is open. I do all kind of locks. Anything with a lock, I'm your guy, free of charge. I'm also a DJ, 50 years. So I hear you all like throwing gatherings. I have a wonderful sound. I don't play no profanity. I'm old school, so I can, you know, lend my talents. There's only 6 locksmiths out of the whole metro town. You know, I'm just one of 2 that we handle the evening shift. So I go on at 2 to 11, Monday through Friday. So, but I'm open during the morning and weekends, and glad to be back.
Thank you. Welcome back to the community.
So when you say you do car locks as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Car locks, you name it, anything with a key. And I'm bonded.
Okay. All right. Oh, yes, Ms. Papers, you can come. And then, sir, you have a comment? I'm sorry.
How you do, but please go ahead.
All right, so.
No, please go ahead. No, ma'am.
Thank you, brother. Okay.
Well.
Thank you, ma'am. That's me. Yes, I have a digital card.
Ms. Papers, state your name and the street you live on, not your address.
Oh, okay, be like that. Hello, my name is Daisy Capers, and I live on Lee Place in the great town of historic town of Fairmount Heights.
Thank you.
I say all of that to say, I don't wanna go into a spill, but please let me with I'm gonna take 2 minutes.
Okay.
When I first moved in, anyway, I'll read you the short story. The shortness of it is this. When my husband decided that I should live in Fairmount Heights because he built the house that I live in, you see, I was offended because I could live anyplace else I wanted to. I was offended. But when I found out about the great history of this town, I became so delighted that I've done everything I know how to preserve it. Not only is it on the National Historic History of places to visit, we're gonna make it better. We're gonna make it so grand that everybody wanna come to Fairmount Heights. And I say that, I was on a cruise somewhere, I think it might have been an Alaskan cruise, and a Caucasian person could tell me more about my town than I knew. Which meant that he knew I want people to come and do the same thing I did in Alaska. I left my money. I'd like for them to come and leave some here too. Okay. Now, I wanted to say this. I've spoken with Mr. Cradle. We have an agreement. The snow is not here now. So we're supposed to do some alleys and so we can walk with some lighting. We're gonna help with that, the CDC. By the way, I'm the founder of Fairmount Heights Community Development Corporation, and it's open to anyone who would just love to join us. Please, I'll take your name, telephone number, and anything else you have to give. I really would like to see Fairmount Heights at its peak. I heard somebody talk about, I think it might have been you who said groceries or development, food, and all that kind of stuff. I want to see that too.
Thank you, Ms. Capers. All right,
So
sir.
I guess I'm the last one, right?
Last but not least.
How you all doing?
All right, please state your name and the street you live on, not your full address.
Full name?
No, yeah, you can say your full name,
all
or
right.
whatever name you want.
Francisco Portillo, Cove Street.
Cove Street.
And this is kind of like curiosity right here. I'm about to ask this question. When you have a problem, I'm not saying that I have it, okay? But when you have a problem with a neighbor who is renting and do not own the home, who do you complain to, okay? How is the owner, held accountable? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've been at the house for, since 2004, but I see some neighbors that, there are about 12 or 15 people living in there. They have between 12 and 15 cars. So when it comes a time to actually look for a parking space, it's just full of cars. And then I think that 5718, if I'm not mistaken, there's a house right there in the corner between Cove and 57, if I'm not mistaken. I see all the time, water running through the street, down the street, like, they keep watching, using a power washing machine, like around 7:30 at night. And that's one of the things, okay? Who should I call? Who should I complain,
Our code enforcer and our police chief.
Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he did mention, a couple of, a few meetings ago that they'd be getting some citations or something like that. But anyway, another one is about the junkyard. I'm still complaining about that junkyard in there.
Yes.
And I know that, come on, that's to me is an issue, okay? Looking at it, looking at this junkyard in there, it just doesn't make our area look good at all, So you know what I'm.
Are you talking about the vacant lot where the
Tremendo,
Tremendo.
Top.
Okay.
That's the one I'm talking about, and that's pretty much it.
Okay,
Yeah.
we are working on some things with Tremendos, but they're a legitimate business, so it takes time to figure out a game plan to move forward with a resolution.
And I know it takes time, but I'm telling you, That thing been there for years, 4 years.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, you on the council.
Say one, it brought something to my attention, but the property that I acquired it's right across.
Is it a comment
Well,
or is it a question?
not a comment, it's a comment that I had wanted to reiterate that I purchased a property. It was nothing but grass. It's right across from that, the junkyard, I guess we call it. The property there.
On Eastern Avenue?
On J Street.
Steps that.
Across from,
Yeah.
across from Tremendo. You the one you worried about the bus in the yard?
That's right across the street.
Where the school bus is?
But the address is on the Eastern Avenue side?
5313 J Street.
Vacant property, isn't it? Yeah, it's only, it's been there for years, the only steps, you can only see the steps, right by the alley.
I cleaned that up.
Yeah.
I cleaned it up and, you know, like I was telling, Mr. Pinckney, the alley, I have cleaned up the whole alley, gravel down, you can come through the alley, all that weed and stuff and everything is immaculate. A lot of the ladies was pretty much, you know, commending me for doing that. But I also wanted to, literally, I wanted to put up a nice fence just to close it off, the area, so I would probably apply for a permit.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for investing back in your community. All right, so we have finished public comment. We are now under announcements. I just want to remind that since I have a lot of people here, we do a food distribution every first and second Sunday, starting at about 12:30-ish. Town of Fairmount Heights residents can come to the front of the line. Just, I'm typically there, or Councilwoman St. John, just let them know that you're a resident. You can come to the front of the line and shop and get stuff. Mayor Martin has been there a few times. It's some really good food. And I don't know about anybody, but I'm furloughed right now. So that food is coming in right handy. So please take advantage of it. You have any announcements?
Banana cake.
Yeah, bananas, I mean, all types of fresh produce, meats, every first and second Sunday, free food here at the town hall. You missed it, Miss Renee?
Yeah, I've never been to it.
Come, it's first and second Sunday, come about 12:30, let me know you're here, and you can shop, get to the front of the line and shop first.
Is that on the website too?
It is, yeah.
If it's fresh, yeah, I don't want any canned food.
We typically don't have a lot of pantry stuff. But
Flowers, you always forget the
yeah.
flowers.
Oh, they have beautiful flowers, and the food comes from Trader Joe's. So it's a lot of good stuff. They got, oh yeah, it's really nice stuff. All types of breads, pastries, frozen, fruits, vegetables, potatoes, onions, avocados, anything you're looking for.
You got it, potatoes?
Oh, you name it. Right. All right. No, wait a minute. St. John got one.
Okay.
Okay, as far as announcement goes, so this Saturday, March the 21st, in partnership with LIST DC, our Blue Line Corridor Coalition in the Capital Market, there is a community resource fair and housing panel. Again, this is this Saturday, March 21st, and that's going to be taking place at 9:30 a.m. all the way until 12, and that's going to be at the United Methodist Church on 910 Addison Road South. Second announcement is it is that time of the year where we start registering for summer youth jobs. So registration opened March 1st. It will be open all the way until the 31st. So any youth between the ages, I believe it's 14 to 21, I'm sorry, 14 to 24. Now, 14 to 24, they can apply for this program. to get a summer job. I would say encourage people to do it as soon as possible. Sooner than later, it's probably already late in the game. One thing that we experienced last year, very unfortunate due to most of the budget cuts that this administration has going on right now. We had way more applicants than jobs available, so there were a lot of youth that had applied that later found out they weren't able to be hired. So I would say, if you know any young people, encourage them to submit these applications and do it very soon. The workforce usually occurs between July 6th and August 14th. So if they will be chosen, they will typically send something out to them via email. I think it's safe to say, Mr. Moore, we are not participating this year. We haven't heard anything, right? Or have you gotten anything?
I've gotten some, I think, I'll get back.
You
to
have?
But yeah, but we can participate.
Okay.
If that's the pleasure of the council, yes, we can.
Okay, so with that being said then, and it's not up to us to appoint anybody, they'll send the assignments, but if you do have youth in this area that apply, they try to employ them close to their homes. So it would be a good chance if we do have the opportunities, they could get placed here. And then next announcements on behalf of our tri-municipal at Capitol Heights, our fellow councilwoman Anita Anderson has a drone pilot training program. This is a free training from ages 16 to 21, so again, something for our youth and young adults. They can earn up to $1,800 per week, part-time, flying drones. So if you guys are interested in looking at that, I'll put it back on our story, but you can go to the Town of Capitol Heights website or their social media pages to get more information on how to register for that. Now, I'm sure how many criminals we know out here, but there is an expungement fair. This expungement fair is Saturday, March the 21st. This is at the Cheverly Community Center on 6401 Forest Road in Cheverly, Maryland. That's going to be taking place from 2 to 6 p.m. So as we all know, criminal records can limit access to people getting benefits, jobs, things of that nature. So what people need to come is a photo identification, any available court documents that they have, and they'll have staff on hand trying to show them the steps that they need to take and the meaner to be able to expunge records. And that is my last announcement.
All right, Chief had one announcement.
Hope it wasn't that one.
All right. Everybody, I forgot to tell y'all, doing my report. So Monday, we had tornadoes. We had tornadoes hit down in the state of Maryland, storms, all these things that happen. And, other places that I've worked, other municipalities do it, things of that nature. I would like to create a community emergency response team right here in Fairmount Heights. Next month's meeting, I'm gonna be having a sign-up sheet. At the beginning of the meeting, want people to sign up for it. We get you free training through the county. Once you get certified, we also get grant money, things of that nature, and you can augment the police department, coming out, helping out people, power outages, things of that nature. I know the mayor want me to hurry up, so I'm just gonna tell y'all. Sign up, okay, all right. But the 13, out of this world. You get fancy little shirts. We got our own little logo. Fairmount Heights Community Emergency Response Team. But listen, you get first aid training. You get emergency survival training for you got a shelter in place. We get the whole classes and teach other people, hey, this is how you take care of yourself when nobody else is coming to help you for 3 days, 72 hours, 96 hours a week, a month, things like that. But the cool thing about it is that we all get to work together as a tight-knit group and become this one big family. And when poop does hit the fan, so to speak, we can all take care of each other. So I'm encouraging everybody to come out, sign up next month. I don't care if you're an elected official, you're a citizen, you retired from Metro. It don't matter. Whatever you are, come on out and do it. So that's all I wanted to get. Thank y'all.
Oh, my, you mentioned your coffee and something.
Oh, yes, and April's coming up. And I'm, weather's warming up. People don't like to come out when it's cold. So April 7th, in conjunction with District 3, County Police, Ms. Stevens Wright. Is it Wright Stevens or Stevens Wright?
Stevens Wright.
Stevens Wright. She gonna be there. I want y'all to come too. 202 Landover Road. Dodge Park, and Landover Road, the McDonald's there, it's a bigger space. We don't, that's where they wanna have it, cause it's like a halfway point for everybody. But I encourage everybody to come out on April the 7th and come up there and have coffee with a cop. You get to meet some county cops, you get to meet your Fairmount Heights officers that maybe you haven't had a chance to talk to. And we can all just sit around, have some coffee, get a good meal, and get to know each other and come up with some viable solutions that we can all work together and have a safe and happy community. All right?
Thank you, Chief.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Does the council have anything else? All right, thank you for your time today. I'll accept the motion for adjournment. Can I get a second? Second. All in favor? Aye. Have a great evening, everyone. Thank you for coming out.
Don't go.